Welcome to the Unit 1 from the level A2. In here, we're going to talk about adverbs, words that describe personality and character. And by last, we're going to discuss how to describe yourself in a CV, in a curriculum vitae. Let's start with adverbs. Adverbs are words that describe another words, gives or provide more information and in a complementary way. We have adverbs of manner or mannered adverbs. Manner adverbs tell us how or in what manner something was carried out. This category comprises the most common adverbs, the ones that end in L and Y. He trimmed white roses neatly. I spoke carefully because he was mad. There's no reason to discuss it calmly. Also, we have time adverbs. Those are adverbs of time that detail when the verb took place. Lately, you've been rude. They recently relocated to Santa Fe. The morning newspaper arrives daily. Also, there are adverbs of place or place adverbs. Those tell us more about where the verb took place. For example, in Ireland, there are roses everywhere. Clearly, there aren't any animals here. I was so dizzy, I dropped into a ditch. Also, we have the frequency adverbs, and you already know them. The frequency adverbs let us know how often the verb occurs. I always read a book before bed. Does he normally walk his dog? She usually shops at the market. And by last, we have degree adverbs or adverbs of degree. Those tell us more about the intensity of the verb in the sentence, that is, how much or to what degree. For example, I'm so excited to move to Ireland. It's simply not enough. This short essay is hardly sufficient. Let's take a deeper look about the adverbs. As I told you, adverbs are words that modifies. It could be verbs. For example, he usually wakes up at 6 o'clock. He waits patiently in the line. If we're talking about adjectives, that could be, this is a very hard work. I'm really tired. Or if we are talking about another adverb, that could be, I sing very well. The movie ended too quickly. Well and quickly are adverbs. Also, if we are talking about adverbs, in this case related to adjectives, we have regular adverbs. She looks really well. Anna is absolutely beautiful. We arrive early. But we can find irregular adverbs. For example, Tom plays piano very well. He can also solve problems very fast. John came very late to work. In here, what we are discussing is the fact that well, fast, and late are adverbs that you don't need to put an L or a Y at the end. Welly, no, that's not appropriate. Fastly, and in here there's an exception. You can find fast or fastly. Both are considered correct, but as far as I know, just fast is the, is the proper adverb in this case. Not fastly, but it is still exists. And late, in this case, you don't say lately, very lately. No, just very late. And that's it. That's enough. Because you already have very well, very fast, very late. You don't say very wellly, no. Very fastly, no. Very lately, no. So that's the reason why here we are considering those adverbs are in an irregular way. If we take a deeper look into grammar, we can say that incredibly, extremely, very, really, and so are used to make some adjectives and adverbs stronger. For example, she's incredibly talented. She's extremely generous. He's a really cool guy. We get along very well. Also, you can use pretty and fairly to mean more than a little. Just more than a little. He's pretty easygoing. He's fairly laid back. Also, you can use absolutely or really, but not very, in this case with adjectives that are already very strong. She's absolutely wonderful. He's really fantastic. There's nothing above or beyond fantastic. Things are fantastic or uh, it don't. Also, in a likely idea, we have completely and totally. Completely and totally mean 100% of the characteristic. He's completely honest. She's totally reliable. Sometimes you can find in other cases prefixes in order to discuss antonyms in this case. For example, patient, the antonym could be impatient. Considerate, inconsiderate. Friendly, unfriendly. Reliable, what do you think? Unreliable. Honest, dishonest. Organized, what could it be? Disorganized. So let's jump to an exercise. This is mostly what do you need to know related to the rules in this course. The first class. I want you to be happy in this academy, but that does not mean you can behave in any way you like. We have important rules that you must follow. You must come to class regularly. You must arrive punctually. You must listen to your teachers attentively. You must speak to everyone politely. You must do all your work carefully. Finally, do not forget to organize your time properly. What are the adverbs in here in the full test? How many adverbs can we find in here? Please comment below. Please comment in this video and tell me what are the adverbs that I have used in this reading. Also, let's practice with some exercise. Between brackets we have fast, clear, and good. Do we need to change them? Do we need an adverb or do we need an adjective? For example, young people talk really and don't speak. They don't always communicate. You can stop this video think about the answers, and then you can play it again. You can do it right now. If you already know the answers, let's check them out. Young people talk really fastly and don't speak clearly. They don't always communicate well. The second, people aren't when they have to wait in long lines. They don't speak to the clerks very. If you already know the answer, you can continue with the video. Otherwise, you can stop. In this case, people aren't patient. You don't need to change them. People aren't patient when they have to wait in long lines. They don't speak to the clerks very politely. Number 3. Sometimes families argue because parents and children see things different. It's just different. You don't need to make this word into an adverb. Number 4. People don't feel on the roads because so many people are driving. Driving can be. If you already know the rules, you can check them out at this moment. People don't feel safe on the roads because so many people are driving recklessly. Driving can be just dangerous.